All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing a deep dive, an investigative look, really, into a societal phenomenon that is just so profound, it literally alters the rhythm of an entire nation for a single day. Like, if you think you understand academic pressure, you might want to completely reset your expectations. We're looking at a modern, bustling, highly industrialized country that completely reorganizes its entire infrastructure around the academic performance of its youth. It's wild. This isn't just about a test. It's an investigation into how a society funnels its entire future through one incredibly narrow, high-stakes doorway.
Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine a test so universally important that an entire country basically hits pause. And I mean literally hits pause. We're not just talking about a local high school enforcing a quiet morning or a district turning off the school bells. No, we are talking about a highly coordinated national shutdown. It's a level of prioritization that really reveals a society where academic success is placed at the absolute pinnacle of daily life. The sheer scale of this shutdown for one single exam, it forces us to ask just how much weight is actually being placed on the shoulders of these teenagers.
So what exactly is the catalyst for this massive mobilization? Well, it's called the Suneyung, South Korea's incredibly high-stakes college entrance exam. But honestly, looking at it from an education consultant's perspective, calling it just an entrance exam feels wildly inadequate. It is the absolute zenith of a student's educational journey up to that point. Think of it as a singular bottleneck. Millions of dreams, thousands of hours of preparation, entire family legacies, they all have to pass through this one day. When you look at the architecture of this educational system, this exam functions as the ultimate societal gatekeeper to future success.
When we step back and look at the actual logistics of this day, the story elevates from a high-pressure school event to just a jaw-dropping feat of systemic coordination. When we say a nation hits pause, we mean it is a literal, actionable directive coming from the highest levels of government. The coordination required to ensure absolute tranquility for these test takers supersedes almost every other daily operation in the country. It's a literal masterclass in societal prioritization, where the entire adult world essentially bows to the needs of the testing youth. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what that macro-level pause looks like in practice. Get this. Commercial flights are literally delayed and rerouted just to ensure the airspace is completely silent. I mean, think about the massive economic cost and the logistical nightmare of halting commercial air traffic, all just to prevent auditory distractions during a listening comprehension section. That is mind-blowing. And it doesn't even stop at the airspace. On the ground, police officers are actively deployed, not to fight crime, but to escort late teenagers through heavy traffic. The state is actively using its law enforcement and transportation infrastructure to guarantee these students make it to their desks on time. But you know, we've seen the silenced skies and the police escorts. So what does this actually mean for the individual student sitting at that desk? Well, it creates the ultimate pressure cooker. When your entire country goes to such extreme lengths for you, the reciprocal expectation of success is just crushing. The physical environment might be perfectly quiet, sure, but the internal volume of pressure for these students is absolutely deafening. Every delayed airplane, every flashing police light, it serves as a stark, unavoidable reminder of exactly how much weight this single day carries. Let's move to and see how this builds across an entire timeline. Because this isn't just a tough Thursday morning, it's a multi-year emotional life cycle. It starts with years, literally years of relentless grinding. The average South Korean high schooler studies up to 16 hours a day. They attend regular school and then follow that right up with late-night private cram schools, known as hagwons. And this grueling schedule leads to alarmingly high levels of chronic stress. In fact, South Korean teens consistently report some of the highest stress levels and lowest happiness indexes among all OECD countries. Then you hit the frenzied bottleneck of exam morning. And finally, while the students are inside those silent rooms, the parents are outside, literally praying and crying at the school gates. The combination of these staggering study statistics and this intense, almost spiritual level of parental anxiety paints a vivid picture of deep-rooted systemic stress. So, the crucial point is understanding the return on investment, the brutal ROI, if you will, of a South Korean student's youth. All those years of grinding, the national coordination, the parents' tears outside the gates, it all bottlenecks right here. Because this one single score dictates university placement. And getting into the right university, that heavily influences your career prospects at major conglomerates, your future earning potential, your social standing, and basically your lifelong opportunities. It is a staggering consolidation of a human being's potential into a singular, unforgiving metric, its systemic efficiency taken to its absolute most extreme limit. Honestly, it's no surprise that this is universally recognized as one of the hardest and most stressful exams on the planet. I mean, when you combine immense academic rigor with the earth shattering societal weight placed upon it, where, again, the government literally halts planes and parents weep at the school gates, that title is truly earned. It is a psychological marathon just as much as it is an academic hurdle. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to turn this lens back onto our own educational systems. We've just analyzed an environment where a nation literally stops for a test. So, what is the closest thing America has to this? Do we have anything that even approaches this level of singular, high-stakes societal mobilization? Or is our pressure just kind of distributed differently, across sports, extracurriculars, and various standardized tests? I really want you to reflect on that. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going.